What's good? Hope Trilla's over. I'm in the car, was listening in the car. So I couldn't time it really. I couldn't time it straight, man. So my bad if I started a little bit before they ended. What's going on, General Squirrels? I'm gonna have a hard time reading the comment section today, man, because I'm driving. On my way to Houston, baby. I'm on my way to Houston. Where the big booties at? Somebody gotta show me them. What's going on, Quan, man? Real Talk 90. Brothers UK, what's good, man? I'm gonna have a real hard time reading these chats today, man. So I'm only gonna catch them as I look at the road. Adawildo, my man, what's going on, man? What's going on? All right, we got people coming in. Let me get past this semi-truck. All right, man, I was loving the trill today. Loving the trill. That's the truth. Black Fight Fan TV broke something down and told the truth. What's going on? The Shy in the building. What's going on, man? Y'all going out there with my kinfolk boxing eagle? I'll be there. I'm going to the, I'll be with the regular folk at the weigh-in. I'm on my way to the weigh-in. I wanted to make sure I cut out in time to get to the weigh-in, man. So I'm gonna go to the weigh-in. I think it starts at 1 o'clock. You know, all the media highbrow folk get to go in there a little early at 12:30. But I'm going to the NGR, whatever it is. I'm on my way there right now. Go check it out. I got Blue Blood's number, so I think Blue Blood's there. What's going on? Much love in that super chat, Justin Mark. Oh yeah, thanks, man. I am Jeff the producer. What's going on? But look, man, this is the deal, man. Canelo didn't want that fight, man. Canelo Alvarez is afraid, man. What's going on, Richard Smith? That's what it is, man. Richard, he's afraid. That's the only way that he's afraid of Charlo, and that's what I appreciated what Black Fight Fan TV said, man. And I agree 100%. Although I think that he praises, praises the blue-eyed God. On this one, he's 100% right, man. I think there's no other, when somebody ducks away from a fight that often, there's no other way to explain it than he's afraid. It's just not doing Charlo any justice if I don't say that. And people who know this channel, what's going on? What's going on, D? What's going on, big time? People, on this channel, y'all know I'm a big Canelo Alvarez fan. I like Canelo, but when Black Fight Fan TV was saying that, I was like, yeah, you're probably right, man. He likes to fight. He does like to fight. What's going on, Tube Robinson in the building? Much love in that super chatty for got his credentials? Hell no. Al Heyman says, screw you for you can't get in. Al Heyman told me no. I told you Al Heyman don't like me. All y'all, what's going on, Donald J? Hey, the young OG, thank you. Man, I told you that Al Heyman don't like me. I ain't never done nothing to him. I do nothing but talk highly about him. But I can't get a press pass. And every time I put a video up with one of their fights, I'm telling you, man, Al don't like me, dude. Al don't like me. Dude, I'm telling you the truth. Al don't like me, man. The PBC don't like me. What else can I say? If you can't get a press pass after you do 10,000 videos in support of their fighters, you can show, because they're like, yeah, let me see what your work you did. So I showed an interview I did with Errol Spence. I was like, yeah. They're like, nah, dog. Sorry, we cannot. But I am all right. I already bought the tickets. I bought some, I'm like in the fourth or fifth row away from ringside. So I'm cool. I already spent $500 on the ticket, so I wasn't really tripping too much. I just was like, man, let me see if I can get into because I just wanted to get into the press conference afterwards. I didn't care about sitting next to Fat Dan. I'm gonna be sitting right there about 4 rows back from the front ring, from the ring, on the corner. So when I want to get out, dog, I can get out. What happened to that? When I can get out, I can get out. I don't want no drama. I just want to be able to catch up with cats. But anyway, MP4 Viz in there, man. What's going on, socialist scientists, man? Just trying to see if you bought your gong along with you. Hell no, hold on. Hey, dog, I got a funny story for y'all. Making you dangerous to the PBC operation. Maybe they have too much. Oh, hey, man, I love the PBC, dog. That's my favorite. That's my favorite boxing organization ever. I don't care. Yeah, I got a job. I'm straight. I got a job. I'm straight. I'm in the fight now. You should have hollered at World Breaker. I think I should have hollered at Fred, but I don't feel like asking for nobody for nothing. I'm straight. I'll be there. I should see it. Hey, you know what it might do? I might try to sneak in. Like, I used to be a little sneak thief in my younger days. I might try to sneak he said, I sit courtside on all college basketball events, cheap and secure seats. Hey, man, that's what's up. Oh, yeah. Hey, so anyway, man, let me tell y'all a funny story. I need to know, can you go to jail for killing a squirrel? Because I think I killed a squirrel today. Man, I got in an argument with a squirrel. You know you got a problem when we can argue with a little ass wild animal, dog. Make it happen for 9. Hey, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna get in there. No, I'm not gonna sneak in, but I gotta go get me some sunglasses, dog. It's dead squirrels all over Texas roads. Now let me tell you my story about how I got in a fight with a squirrel. All right, so I had to get everything ready to leave town, right? So, and my cat, I got an outside cat. This little motherfucker just sit outside, just all on the porch all day, and I feed him. And these squirrels come out the tree. The squirrel be coming out the tree eating the cat's food. So I was coming, but I ain't about to walk up on no damn squirrel. So I get out the car, I see this squirrel sitting on the porch all big, bad, and bold. I'm like, and I throw the cat, and I throw a bag of cat food at it. Like, get your ass off my porch. So it runs up the tree. And as I come up the tree, as I walk into my house, the little motherfucker sitting up there in the tree talking shit. Like, yak, 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 yak. I was like, what the hell is that? It's sitting there looking at me dead in my eye. Like, yak, 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 like he about to do some shit. So I was like, oh, hell no. Nah. So I went in the motherfucking house. I was like, hell no, ain't no squirrel talking shit to me. So I went into the house and I got one of my dog's bones. You know them big ass femur bones? I opened the door and I throw it at the femur. I throw it at him, and dog, I'm a good ass aim, dog. I bust that motherfucker upside his head with a femur, with a pig femur. That motherfucker like, It stopped all that barking shit. Sat up in that tree till I left. Motherfucker was high in that bitch. I think I hurt him though, because he didn't come down off that tree. Told that boy, man, I can't believe that squirrel's talking all that shit. I tried to kill that motherfucker with a dog bone. So anyway, I walked outside. I was still nervous, dog. I was like, is this little crazy fucking squirrel? Because it was talking shit. I had never seen a squirrel talk shit. And I didn't have my dog with him, because if I would have had Zeus, I would have let Zeus out on that bastard. Zeus would eat his ass, love to eat his ass. Zeus been trying to kill that squirrel every day, every morning. Wake up trying to kill that squirrel. I'm like, damn, we leave the damn squirrel alone. Zeus like, fuck no, that squirrel's a bitch. Now I see why my dog want to kill that squirrel. I usually just wait for the door. I usually just wait long enough where because the squirrel be eating his, like, chewing on shit. I'm like, all right, I know Zeus likes to chase him, but I'm gonna make sure I knock on the window to get a squirrel just enough time to escape. So I was like, nah, next time I'm gonna creep up real soft, nigga. I'm gonna creep real soft, creep that door open, let dog go get his ass. You said the squirrel was yelling, man down. Hey, dog, I bust that shit because I threw it from like 15 feet, dog. But I got a really good aim. I got a real good aim. I would definitely bust you upside the head with a bone from 15 feet. That wasn't no problem. In a tree, too? Yeah. So anyway, that's my funny squirrel story. I think I missed the super chat, which is too dangerous. I got to scroll back. Ronald Gomez said, for now I'm back at it on the road. Yes, sir. We dedicated to the cause, dog. We dedicated to the cause. We don't play. We don't play LDBC all day. And I feel so free now that I'm fully LDBC. Man, Black Fight Fan had me going talking about Spencer Fearon and those guys. He almost gonna have me liking Spencer, rooting for Spencer. Y'all black folk over there in the UK need to get your act together, man. He said one of them racist ass Texas squirrels. Yeah. Man, he don't talk no shit to the other neighbors. Nah, he just thought he was bold because he was sitting there all confident. I was like, dude, for real? You just gonna sit up on your hind legs looking at me on my porch when I'm walking? Dog, you supposed to move. See, I was being the racist. I'm a squirrel racist. When I walk, the squirrel's supposed to go to the other side of the road, right? Act like a normal squirrel. When I'm walking up on you, you run away. But you just gonna sit up all bad and bowl on my property? Dog, we got some shit to do. So I bust his ass in the head. First I hit him in the head, or I think I might have hit him with that bag. He didn't see that bag coming. I was in a bad mood. So I bust him with that bag of cat food. And he got, he hit my, all right, I'm gonna do something. You ain't doing nothing. That squirrel got a hold of somebody's stash. Yeah. Hey, man, man, something always eating, man. That thing always eating my cat food because my cat don't care. My cat eats its fill, sits right down in the grass. He don't want to fight the squirrel because the squirrel's big enough to cause problems. Oh, he's protesting? Yeah, I'm on my way to Houston right now. I'm on my way to Houston right now. Let me see what this sign say. Let me see, can y'all see that sign? I'm 50. See that? That should say 50 miles outside of Houston. I love Texas, man. I love Texas. Man, this is one of the best decisions I ever made, except for switching my son out of school. I'd have never thought switching him out of schools would be that hard. Little dude, I gotta figure out. I might have to take them a little depression counseling. I love Texas, man. I love Texas. What's going on, Ivy Webb? I love Texas. The only thing I don't like about Texas, it's hot all the damn time. It ain't no breaks. Yeah, it's great weather. Even 100 degrees, man. I'm like, yes. I'll take 115 degrees over minus 10 any day. Christopher say I will see you tomorrow, big bro. Yeah, man. Check me out. If y'all see me at the fight, say what's up. Say what's up so I can meet you in person, man. It'd be good to see you. Everything big in Texas. Hey, man, it's a country, man. I'll tell you what, man. Texas is kind of like living in the DMV in a way. Like, it's kind of like in a way, like you can be in DC, you hit the road, and you can drive to New York. You can drive to Baltimore. You can drive to Philadelphia. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to get to a bunch of major cities. You know, a bunch of major cities. That's how it is in Texas. I'm loving it, man. I believe Texas is much hotter than it is hot. It's a different type of heat than Louisiana. Louisiana doesn't, as I recall, it's been a lot of years since I lived in Louisiana. I stayed chocolate in both places, though. That's what I like. I steady stayed chocolate because when I go out to when I live in Chicago or I live up in DC, I get paled out. Like you lose all your, I lose a lot of my color, and I don't like that. So I feel like I got a healthy color in Texas. It's warm. It's where I'm supposed to be, dog. But the humidity in Louisiana is the joke. Yeah, there you go, big LT. That's the difference. I'll take this over to Louisiana. What's going on, Adderwild M? Said you aim better than those dart chuckers. Hell yeah. I'll be a monster at darts, dog. Man, that damn thing thought it was gonna get off on me. I'll bust you in your mouth, dog. Hey, I ain't lying though. I was walking out that house carefully though, because I was like, damn, I do not need a squirrel bite. I don't need a squirrel bite and a claw and, get bitten up and scratched by a squirrel when I'm trying to get to this weigh-in. That would have sucked. And my cat, my lazy broad, would have never fucking came to my defense. Zeus be like, what the fuck you talking about? What you want? What you want? Zeus don't play. Zeus would have had my back. That cat, just give me my food, dog. Stop. The cat look at me like, why are you starting shit with a squirrel? That cat was looking at me like, what are you starting shit for? You see I don't care? Like, nah, you supposed to be keeping this. We had a mouse in Kansas City. Man, that cat wouldn't even kill a mouse. I was like, damn, we putting you in there. We saw the damn mouse in the basement. Will you go kill the mouse? My cat don't even care. My cat be like, man, I don't care. I ain't eating that cat. I need my Friskies. Gravy. That's how my cat be talking. He be sniffing. My cat be sniffing, like sniffing the dry food. Like, the fuck is this? Man, you better get some. And I give him some healthy food. Like, get her some real good healthy cat food. She look at that like, man, you better give me my Friskies before I scratch you. That's my cat. My dog, though, oh, man, he loved me to death. He be right up underneath. I don't know if it's love or just desperation. We in here. What's going on, man? K-Hobe, Casual Boxing Corner. I'm sorry, K-Hobe's Casual Corner Boxing. Sorry, man. I'm reading and looking at the road at the same time. What's going on, man? Cooley Stevenson. Just talking, just talking this ish. Man, I'm feeling good. I get to hang out with my boy. My boy's meeting me down there. He's up there. He's driving from Corpus Christi, Texas. So me and my boy gonna be there, man. We're gonna be kicking it with the LDBC. You walk outside and instantly sweat in Louisiana. Yes, that's why we wear white tees. Yeah, I know that. Man, you don't even need lotion there. Man, I know the cocoa butter sales down there is like next to none. Because you need no moisturizer. Be careful for 9. I lived in the Philly projects. I had a mouse run up my brother's pants and leg and lodge himself into his drawers. No lie. Oh, I ain't fucking around no. Hey, hell no. I killing mice. Me and a mice and a hammer. That's what I got used to because we lived in this house. There was, yeah, I love New Orleans, man. I love New Orleans. Everything about New Orleans. Love New Orleans. I love New Orleans so much that I'm tempted to drive right past Houston and keep going. That's how much I like. I felt like I was like, damn, I'm in the city I'm in is only 8 hours away from New Orleans. I was like, man, I'm only 8 hours away. I can get up at 4 in the morning and be there by noon. 4 in the morning and be back home by noon. Man, go through go by the lakefront, get a drive through daiquiri. I would say go get me one of them. We never closed, but that rat trap closed. Oh shit. What's that? 45 to 61? What do you mean? What's that 45 to 61? I don't know what you mean by that. Anyway, man, let me get back on this boxing talk as we talking about this Louisiana stuff. Oh, God, dog. Somebody has a dead Rottweiler on the road. Ugh. What the hell? Somebody must have thrown the Rottweiler out of the car? Oh, what's the highway exchange from Houston to New Orleans? 10. And I'm on 10. I can drive this street that I'm on right now, drive straight to New Orleans on 10. What's going on, Chauncey, man? That's long. I can't read it on the road. For 9, Louisiana Hidity ain't touching Florida's. Oh, no. I mean, I know that, man. From what I've seen, 10, okay? Yeah, absolutely, dog. We on 10. I'm running on that 10. But look, man, I want to go off on Canelo as a Canelo fan. Canelo, man, you got to stop being a punk, man. You're looking like a punk, man. And DAZN, now I'm starting to see also what a bad... Y'all don't like DAZN anyway because Eddie Hearns is associated with it. But the fact that they're paying all this money for fights and the fight fans don't have to pay for the fights, it allows the fighters to manipulate stuff. Because if Canelo Alvarez can get $35 million a fight fighting anybody just because it's Canelo, and it doesn't matter how many people actually watch the fight or how many people actually, pay for the fight, then there's no incentive for him to take good fights. And seeing as he's so much of DAZN USA's market, he's like their whole market. You might as well change that shit to the DAZN, to Canelo channel, because they don't have anybody else. They're trying to hook up big fights that they think are big fights. Oh, we want Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. We want that fight on DAZN. Oh, but the best fight at 160 is Canelo and Charlo. Best fights Canelo and Charlo. But Canelo now can go fight. Oh, we'll go up there and fight. Whoever has a name. It exaggerates the need to fight somebody that already has a quote unquote name. So maybe Callum Smith. Why Callum Smith? Why not? Oh, and he's never gonna fight a Mexican again. So if you get a really, really good, say Jaime Munguia learns how to fight. I dig to everybody that thought Jaime Munguia was a good fighter. I told y'all that boy wasn't no good. Anyway, say Jaime Munguia learns how to fight. And Jaime Munguia winds up being the best 160 pounder, right? They said a Rockweiler AJ. So Canelo don't got to fight him. It's hard being a Canelo fan in 2019, man. It was a hard 2018 for me too. That PED test and the questionable decision against Lara before that. See, that's the mix of Oscar De La Hoya. I was never an Oscar De La Hoya fan. Although my boy, who I'm about to pick up, actually we're going to meet, who's going to meet me up here later this evening, he was an Oscar De La Hoya fan. I was like, man, Oscar De La Hoya is a punk. Man, Oscar De La Hoya, man, he won that fight against Felix Trinidad. I don't even care. Yeah, maybe he should have got the call, but I don't care. He ran like Canelo running from Charlo. There you go. Anyway, you know how I go. What's up with this? Oh man, that's a bunch of what's up, man. I can't read that. Canelo lose to Charlo. It's a wrap. He don't want no smoke. Nah, man, Canelo can lose. Canelo can lose and keep fighting. The Mexican fans that support him are going to support him. That's why he keep faking being Mexican. Nah, he Mexican. The only reason I believe he really Mexican is because his mommy gotta get a dash mount. I do have a dash mount. It fucked up. I changed cars with it. I'm holding the dash mount. I'm holding it. I need a two-sided tape for this dash mount. It's all right. It ain't making any difference. Holding it like this is easy. I might not stay on, I'm gonna stay on for about an hour though. I still driving. I can't look regardless. But I'm dedicated to the cause, man. I'm dedicated to the cause. Got to keep the LDBC live streams rolling. KQKC is gonna be coming on after this. Got dog, look at this traffic, and I'm going the other way. Canelo will gas out if he fight Charlo. He might get knocked out. I don't know. I mean, I used to think he could beat him. I don't believe that anymore. I used to think he could beat him. I used to think Canelo could win that fight. I don't believe that anymore. Because if he could win that fight, he'd fight him. I'm thinking about Oscar De La Hoya. Like Oscar De La Hoya wasn't about to beat Winky Wright. He's doing him like Oscar did Winky Wright. Oscar was going to get a nice good shellacking out of that. But I'm just doubting it. I'm doubting that he can beat him now. Especially since Black Fight Fan TV opened my eyes to the fact that, that a young athletic dude. Now, Daniel Jacobs kind of fits that. But Daniel Jacobs, man, I don't believe Daniel Jacobs. Primarily because of the S-curl. What's going on, Crush? Charlo beats Canelo. He came the bad guy. I don't think Canelo should go anywhere near Kovalev. Yeah, I think he can. Because Kovalev's footwork is funny. His footwork is funny. He's not that fast. Charlo got a good chin. I think he might be able to pull it off. Let your soul glow. Yeah, I got the problem with the soul glow, dog. But I can talk shit now because I'm bald. Kovalov can't move like Canelo. Yeah, especially if Canelo can fight going back, going forward, all that good stuff. I love watching Canelo fight, but now that he did all this with Charlo, I got to think maybe he's just looking real good because he's really picking his fighters, What? Second is, I don't know what that's not to me, huh? For now, I agree, Canelo running, but why are you giving the WBC a pass? You never criticized the WBC? Really? I couldn't see your name because it passed too quick and I'm not going back to that bullshit. Are you kidding me about never criticizing the WBC? Do you not remember? I went off on the WBC for letting Jose Ramirez slip out of it, the fight he's supposed to have against Regis Prograis. What are you talking about? The WBC had ordered a fight between when Mikey Garcia, no, who was it that relinquished their when Terrence Crawford moved up to 140 pounds, dog, don't test me. Don't test me. When Terrence Crawford vacated the WBC 140-pound belt, the WBC ordered a series of fights that included Emir Imam versus Jose Ramirez, and Regis Prograis versus, I think that was Julius Ndungo. They were supposed to fight, and the winners were supposed to fight each other. It didn't happen. They changed it because they've changed it. He said, you must be new. Yeah, I've definitely called him out before. I called him out for that Jose Ramirez crap. I don't like any of them. But I'm not, but if you think that I'm gonna act like, I ain't about to act like they didn't just strip Canelo. They stripped Canelo. That's what they did. But I read the rules. If you look at the headlines, for nine-time PBC champion. What? Hey, look, man, I can't see you guys to cuss you out for talking crazy. So I need some moderators to slap somebody upside the head. Much love in that super chat. Chicka fantastic. Yeah, man, slap somebody upside the head for me, man, because I know somebody talking crazy. I just can't get them. Can't get them like I want to get them. I ain't the PBC champion. Anyway, they screwed me over. The PBC shows no love to Fanon. But they just stripped him, dog. So I ain't going to complain about them taking his belt. They took his belt. And in a way that didn't embarrass him. Okay? Now, do I wish that they would have drug him out in the middle of the street, slapped him on the forehead and told, boy, we taking this from you because you wouldn't fight Charlo? Yeah, I'd have loved it if they did that. But they didn't do that. But I read the rules. Canelo Alvarez is not a champion. Oh, it said Fanon is riding. So we are you boxing idiots. Yeah, dog, I can't. Yeah, we gotta have the pop-pops coming from a different angle today. Because I can't quite see you, and I know you're out there talking smack. You never criticize the WBC. All you ever get is on the WBA because the WBA took Luis Ortiz out of their mandatory spot because Anthony Joshua cried about it. Yeah, I talked about the WBA for that. I talk about the WBO for giving people title shots in their first fight. I don't remember the WBC ever giving somebody a title shot, allowing a title shot for a guy that, a vacant title shot for a guy with one professional fight. I've never heard of the WBC doing that, but trust me, if the WBC did it, I would say something. Okay? The WBO is super shady. The WBC can be shady for sure. But I just happen to read the rules a couple times for the WBC. And then I read the rule. I read what they put in there about this designation. They said that he can't even defend it. If somebody beats Canelo Alvarez, they do not become the franchise champion. They don't become the franchise champion. So what am I going to do? He's not the WBC champion. He can't defend it. He can't put his belt on the line. And if he ever retires, he becomes champion emeritus. Much love in that super chat from my man Anthony Johnson. Much love in that super chat. Said, I heard they plan. I got to read this a little bit at a time. I heard that they plan to do this in every weight class. Better not give Wilder franchise tag and make White Rivas for a belt. Maybe I don't understand. Nah, man, this is nah, I don't think that they are. Excuse me. I don't think that's the case, Anthony. If you read the rule, because you just got to go to the actual rule and read it. It said that they made a franchise champion because of everything that they've done in the sport of boxing, blah, 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 can upon retirement, be champion emeritus. So they would have to have somebody that has done all kind of stuff and is super great for boxing and all that, and, you know, blah, 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 to give them that. All it really is it's like a premature version of the champion emeritus, because they didn't call him champion emeritus, they called him a franchise champion, and he has to carry that belt into the ring with them no matter who he fights. But nobody can win the belt by fighting them. I think if somebody beats them, they can become interim champion. I don't know what that means. If they hand somebody else the interim champ, if there's already an interim belt, you know, whatever, man. But all those extra belts are ways for them to keep the lights on. And 3% of $30 million is $3 million, Black Fight fan. $3 million a fight, because he's getting 30. If they get 10%, or if they get 1% of that, excuse me, that's $3 million. That's $1 million. Damn, Black Fight fan, I'm sorry. My math is screwed up. I suck at math. Yeah, it's $1 million. They get $1 million. That'll pay for their belt, for the jewels on that belt, and allow him to fight for the WBC fight anytime they want. You should honk to replace. Oh, I can't. I can't honk, because if I honk, I might be scaring people in the car. I got, you know, this is Texas. There's all kind of people on the roads, man. I've been driving for hours, dude, and I've been driving for 2 hours, and there's been traffic the whole way. Texas is crazy with it, man. It's a bootleg lineal champion. Oh, you know, I gotta. I think I'm gonna have to just explain. What I'd really like to do is get rid of the camera on this. If I could get rid of the camera, I wouldn't have to hold it up. Anyway, I don't want. How long is the drive for you? Trace, 2 hours and 45 minutes. I should be to this place in 45 minutes. I'm about 45 minutes away from the place. I gotta take a sip of some water, man. Shit. My wife would be mad at me driving, boy. I swear she would. But better than drunk driving, you know. When I was in New Orleans, I was driving tipsy in the mud back in the 90s. Boxing facts, you like getting blasted. Whoa. Oh, what's Boxing Facts talking about, man? Somebody put it up there. Oh, yeah, I need somebody to argue with, man. Come on, I need some smoke. I need some smoke. Please, somebody tell me. Say something. Oh, there you go. Damn, I gotta see it. The WBC is the most corrupt organization, and Sloppy Wilder is cooning for them. See, you using the word coon like Europeans use the word coon. We mean different things by that, by the way. Okay? Do you guys know that word has two different... See, the way you're probably using it, you're probably using it like you're calling him the N-word. We're not calling him an N-word. We're calling him a Tom. Okay? You're not using the word correctly, Mr. Boxing Facts. And how do you do that? So that's what you mean. You're calling him the N-word. I bet you. Instead of using it like it's used by black people, which is by calling them a sellout. Anyway, WBC more corrupt than the WBO? Yeah, whatever. Coming in late, but salute. Thank you, Underground Asylum. To Fernanda, salute to the chat. Support your channel. Respect OG Fernanda Don. Thank you, sir. Although my man Don Grant keeps telling me I'm young OG, which means he's like, man, you ain't no OG. I'm an OG. You ain't no OG. You young. You baby OG. That's high. He called me baby OG. I'll take baby OG. Because I'm a baby OG. I ain't all the way out there. Y'all non-OGs don't know that a 70-year-old is an OG. I'll take baby big OG. I like that. Baby big OG. Triple baby big OG. Yeah. But throw boxing facts out. He called us Negroes. They don't know. That's why there was this guy on the internet was like, do you want me to tell you what KQKC called Tim Bradley? It's like, what? I know what he called him. He called him a coon. So what? Then I realized, like, oh, they don't get it. They don't get that we're not using that word like they use, like they use the word. See, when I was a kid, I got called that all the time. A lot. I got it called a lot. Sambos, porch monkeys, all boot lips, all kind of stuff. They got all kind of names. They got hundreds of them. Hundreds of them, man. You'd be shocked at how many they got. And that's one of them. So when I started hearing black folk kids calling each other that, I was like, what are you doing? But then I like, oh, you're using it like, yo, you're calling me an Uncle Tom. You call me an Uncle Tom. That's
in half a mile, keep right at the fork to stay on I-10 East.
Like, you're a coon. What? What's that mean? That's how they mean that, though. Anyway, you was about to break down the WBC belt, but I would like to know about it.
Keep right at the fork to stay on I-10 East.
WBC belt and what? The difference between what, Barry? If you mean the difference between the WBC and the WBO as far as corruption goes, in my opinion, I'll tell you that, and I'll tell you the difference between the WBO belt and what Canelo has. Okay, let's first start with, I answer the question in case you meant two different things. In the case of Canelo got stripped of the WBC belt. He is no longer the WBC champion. He is now the franchise champion, which is a title that he cannot defend. Right? So it's not as if somebody beats him that you now have a new WBC franchise champion. It doesn't work like it. That's not what it is. So since you can't lose it in the ring, you can't defend it either. He is the franchise champion. And I don't even think he can lose it, because it says that the franchise champion will, upon retirement, become the champion emeritus. So it's just a way to placate Canelo, to keep a sanctioning fee on Canelo's fights without formally stripping him of his belt. Because if he kept turning them down, he's blatantly flaunting the rules of the WBC. If he refuses to fight as mandatory, they couldn't get out of stripping him. Eventually, they were going to have to strip him because this is multiple times where they wouldn't do it. And also, he's basically telling them, giving them the finger. So that's the case why that battle, he got stripped and they gave him a title. It's not like Michael Benson said. Shout out to Michael Benson's lack of understanding of what that is. Because Michael Benson from the UK, the guy with a lot of Twitter followers, he acted as if made it sound like it was a new super champ and now there's a regular champ. No, the WBC does not have a WBC regular champion and a WBC super champion. You'll be surprised at how many times these media guys screw things up. Like Dougie Fisher saying that the WBO super champion can always move up. Like the WBO. But so that's as far as the WBC being more corrupt, or the least in the pocket of an individual. I think every promoter can play around, can negotiate with the WBC. I've seen Eddie Hearn get things done with the WBC. I've seen Al Heyman get things done with the WBC. I've seen obviously Oscar De La Hoya, right? Canelo Alvarez is an Oscar De La Hoya fighter, right? He's not a PBC fighter. So Deontay Wilder is a WBC champion, but he's a PBC fighter, right? So you see that they will accommodate, right? And I'll use that word politely. They'll accommodate anybody, any of the promoters, provided they can lobby them and convince them to do what they want to do. So it's pretty much an open field in the WBC. In the WBO, Bob Arum owns it. Bob Arum virtually owns the WBO. Let me tell you what, I can't believe that Oscar De La Hoya could do this. I don't believe anybody could do this at the WBC. I don't believe anybody could tell, like, look, man, I want to sign a new amateur Cuban, right? Al Heyman signs an amateur Cuban, top heavyweight amateur Cuban, somehow defected when he was 19 years old, and now he's here, right? Or no, whatever. A Cuban champion, and tell him, look, if you sign with me, if you sign an advisory deal with me, I promise you that I'll get you a shot at the WBC heavyweight title in your second professional fight. What do you think people would say about the WBC if that happened? Think about this. If you heard that Al Heyman, you had this on paper, that Al Heyman had offered an amateur heavyweight champion a shot at the WBC heavyweight title in their second fight if they agreed to sign with that promotional company, and they agreed to it, and then made it come to fruition. You guys would be calling the WBC, these guys would be calling the WBC crooked as crooked comes. But that's exactly what they did for Vasyl Lomachenko. And what they did for that other little dude that didn't pan out. What's the little itty bitty dude's name from the Japanese two-time Olympic gold medalist that didn't pan out? Can't remember what his name was. It wasn't Yamanaka, but it was like that. Bob Arum told Lomachenko said, "I'm going to sign to fight for." Can't do that. Not in a way. The guy before, not in a way. It's a guy who lost. The guy lost. What's going on, Burgess Meredith? But anyway, that guy lost. But he did get a shot for a belt in his second, a WBO belt in his second title. The WBC. Have you seen the WBC immediately show? Can you imagine that Shawn Porter is the WBC champion and Canelo Alvarez was the WBC champion? Could you imagine that Shawn Porter would immediately be named his mandatory before he ever fought at 160? Nope. Never would happen. Dan Rayfield would be up in arms. Steve Kim would be up in arms. All these guys would be up in arms. But when it happened with Orlando Salido, when it happened when Vasyl Lomachenko fought Orlando Salido, not a word. They're corrupt. The WBO is easily the most corrupt of all the organizations, in my opinion, and then followed by the WBA. The WBA stripped Guillermo Rigondeaux of his belts in a weight class that was 2 weight classes above. The WBA stripped Luis Ortiz of his mandatory title, mandatory title shot against Anthony Joshua for a violation for a fight that happened with the WBC, even though the WBC excused it. But Anthony Joshua petitioned him to be stripped, and they said okay. Luis Ortiz had been the mandatory for 2 years. He had been the mandatory for 2 years for the WBA, and they never ordered a champion to fight him. How about that? Come on, man. It doesn't even seem close to me. The IBF stripped Gennady Golovkin. Would the WBO ever strip Gennady Golovkin? Would the WBO? You see the WBO stripping Lomachenko? Hell no. Come on, man. Don't give me that who's more corrupt stuff. What else did the WBA did? I forgot something else the WBA did.
There's a 5-minute slowdown caused by a crash on I-610 South in 3 miles.
Damn. Okay.
You are still on the fastest route.
Yeah, WBO, man, they're not even close, dude. Yeah, the WBA. What? Your work? What's my work? Why? Truck. Hold on one second. I got this truck running up on me. Oh, yeah, Ortiz was completely removed from the rankings and never put back. Come on, man. Oh, that's what I forgot. And
in 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 763 for I-610.
The WBA had Frazo Kendo as their number one rank contender. Although he ain't fought in like 5 years. Ain't walked in a ring in 5 years. And they kept him as this number one. They kept him at a number 1 contender. How does that work? How did that work? Come on, man. Look, the WBC, in my book, is about the best of the lot. That and the IBF. My only reason I would say not the IBF is because the IBF, I don't like how they started. The IBF got off and started being considered a major championship belt the same way the IBO was trying to get off, by associating themselves with a heavyweight champion. Where am I going? I'm going to Houston, baby. Going to the Charlo Adams fight. That's where I'm going. Anyway, man, so that's my take on that take. Dang, man. I gotta unsubscribe to some channels. I don't watch anything but boxing channels, but when I first had this email, before I started my channel, I subscribed to a lot of other channels, and I don't listen to none of them anymore. And I still get their notifications. Is Matt...
In a quarter mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 763 for I-610.
First of all, I could answer, that is not an either-or proposition. Matt Korobov could be...
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 763, then keep right at the fork.
You're acting like he lost to him. Is Korobov good, or is Charlo overrated? Charlo could still be very good and Korobov not be good. What you're trying to insinuate is that Korobov, I think what you're trying to do, Mr. Slickster, is say that you think Korobov beat Charlo. And I'm not going there with you, dude. Korobov is a good fighter, and Charlo is underrated. Come on, man. Don't be slick, man. Charlo beat Korobov. He beat Korobov comfortably. Korobov is a good fighter, and Charlo is underrated. So, no thank you on that. Give me two choices to answer the question. Buzz, not going for it. Yeah. Next sucker attempt, please. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was waiting for. So expose yourself. Andy Lee stops him. Facts. Yeah, you're joking. And you're from the UK. You said. Man, Charlo will beat the piss out of Jamal Charlo will stop Callum Smith. How about that? How about we don't even go to corny Andy Lee stuff? Let's go straight to your best. Let's go straight to one of your best fighters. Jamal Charlo will pistol whip Callum Smith. Let me just go ahead and snatch some cojones from you. Charlo will whoop your champion one weight class up, which is why Canelo would rather fight him than Charlo. You see how Charlo looks? Charlo's tired in these interviews. Charlo going to 168. Charlo's going to wind up being at 168, man. And he going to be pistol whipping people at 168. And you better keep your boy away from David Benavidez. Keep your boy away from David Benavidez. Don't be trying to come up here with your UK slick talk. Don't be coming in here with your UK slick talk. I know what you're doing with your dry humor. Y'all think dry humor is like people don't catch it? Is that what that is? Do you do it because you think like you're being smart? People catch it right away. They just don't think it's funny. It's not that people don't catch it and that's why they're not laughing. They're not laughing because it's not funny. Like, haha, I cracked a joke and he didn't even laugh. He just kept talking. What's on Box Rec? Boy, you ain't arguing with me. Anyway, don't get slick. Oh, by the way, if you get slick, you get put out. Did you know that? On this channel, if you get slick, you get caught slick chat. If you get caught slick talking, we throw you out. We don't keep going with you. We don't keep going on and on with you forever. We wind up just putting you out. But you probably know that, and you've come back under a different name. But I've seen your name before. I've seen your slick talking ways before. Ooh-wee. Oh, some triangle theory nonsense? Oh. No lie for 9. I feel like Jamal looks like, dude, he's tired at 160. You see how he's giving interviews? He doesn't have...
In 2 miles, use the left lane to take exit 768B for I-45 south toward Galveston.
You know? He's tired, man. That dude's tired, man. I didn't fall for the AJ hype train, so I'm already ahead of the UK fans. Yeah. Who did? Never fall for a hype train. The best way never to fall for a hype job is to recognize the hype job. Hey, and I'm about to go out here on a limb, dog. I'm about to go out on the biggest limb ever. The biggest limb ever. The biggest limb ever. There's a chance that same-sex model go the distance. Loma better not go the distance with Luke Campbell. If he go the distance with Luke Campbell, he's getting robbed, dog. Liam Callum. No, it's like, hey, this dude's name is a dude that put up a good fight against he's the Olympic gold medalist and put up a good fight against Jorge Linares. Andy Lee is no one, man. Andy Lee. Man, if you bring Andy Lee's name up, I think I got to get off.
In a quarter mile, use the left lane to take exit 768B for I-45 south toward Galveston.
Yeah, anyway, you know what it is. But look, man. Nah, I'll go from it. I got to get off this thing, man. Let me talk to you UK dudes for a hot second, man. Look, man.
Use the left lane to take exit 768B, then merge onto I-45 south.
The best way never to fall for the hype train is to recognize the hype train. As soon as Steve Kim and Dougie Fisher and Dan Rayfield start getting behind the fighter too heavy, and I ain't heard of them, or I've heard of them, but I'm like, what the hell have they done? I jump off the train right away.
Continue on I-45 south for 2 miles.
Now, in some cases, like Lomachenko, I'll give credit where credit is due, and I'll let them earn their respect. Like, I let them earn it. But as soon as they get on it, I'm like, nah, somebody trying to sell this. Somebody trying to sell this. Now, if a guy keeps winning and winning, but they won't talk about him, then I'm like, all right, let me look at this guy a little more closely, because clearly this guy can fight. Because if he couldn't fight, they would already got him beaten off. They already would have got him beaten by now. That's how the hype train works. So that's why you fall in the face of like, you can't see an Andy Ruiz coming, because it's like they won't hype him, right? Andy Ruiz 31-0, put on 31 and 32-1, put on a good fight. You know, probably according to a lot of people, they thought that he had beaten Joseph Parker in New Zealand. You guys will never see him coming, because a lot of you guys just rely on Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports and the people that they are told to promote before you believe in them. Had to clap that itch for that. Yeah, clap away. I can't see.
In 1.5 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 46B for US 59 South toward Texas 288 South, Lake Jackson.
Because I'm in too much traffic to be paying attention to these dudes, man. Go ahead and pop. Pop away, man. Pop away. Hey, but look, man, I got to bounce up off here, man, because this traffic is getting a little heavy, man. It's getting a little heavy. I can't drive. I was on the highway now, but now I'm in the city, and this is a little much for me. So, look, much love to everybody in the super chat. Hey, man, I'm going to be back. I might show the camera a little bit during the weigh-in. Maybe holler at y'all at the weigh-in. But I got to get out of here because I'm getting kind of close, and this traffic is getting bad, all right? And I don't want no accident. So, with that, I'm out. Peace.